Welcome back to another episode of Daily Fortnite, your daily podcast about Fortnite. I'm your host, Mikey, aka Mike Daddy, aka Magnificent Mikey. All right, and it's official. I don't have to dance around it anymore. We don't have to say there's little teasers in game that we know or that we think are talking about going back. It's official. They announced it on social media. It's on the in-game news feed. Fortnite OG November 3rd. It's time to go back. Yes, it's true. We are going back to the Chapter 1 map. Wow. It's insane. I can't believe it's actually happening. We are actually going to get Chapter 1 map. And they said on social media, sprint or mantle, your choice, back to Chapter 1. So that tells us that, yes, we are going back to Chapter 1. There was, again, a lot of speculation. Does that mean we're going back to old mechanics? Are we not going to have certain skills and abilities and mechanics in the game that we have now? We're not going fully back to that. We're just going back to Chapter 1, and we're still going to have all the game mechanics that we have now. So it'll be really interesting. We kind of been chatting about it in the Discord today. But yeah, if anybody here listening is, if you're still listening and you were one of the people that listened from the beginning when we were doing this podcast in Chapter 1, there's things you're going to remember that nobody else is really going to know about, like the fact that you could run we didn't have mantling. So if you didn't have builds and there was like even just a small hill, we didn't have like the sprint and being able to jump up either. So it was just like, well, if you run into a little hill that's too steep for your character to go up, you're just gonna slide back down every time, and you're gonna have to run around some big huge obstacle mountain in the way. And of course that would be really bad if there's a storm and then you're like, okay, well, I can't mantle up this and just go take a straight line. I'm gonna have to go all the way around. You're probably not gonna make it through the storm. Let's see here. Somebody brought it up. This was a good one. Two-Tone Tile brought up that water wasn't great in Chapter 1 either. And no, it wasn't. We couldn't swim. There was no swimming. If you wanted to go across Loot Lake, you had to build across. That was the only way to get across. You couldn't, if you fell into the water, you're dead. So there's nothing else you could do besides either run all the way around or if you have enough material, build all the way across, and you're just like spamming the floor tile all the way across. And if there's enemies nearby, they might be trying to shoot out your tiles before you get all the way across, and then have you fall into the water and die because you couldn't swim. It was, there were things that in Chapter 1 that I'm glad we don't have to go back and go back to those mechanics, because again, like in the past when I would say I don't think people really want to go back to Chapter 1, it's because well, you don't want to go back and not have all the great things that we have now. But if we're going back to just the map and we're keeping all the mechanics that we have, I think this is going to be a real good time. And it'll be a whole new experience even for the players who were playing back then, because there's going to be things that you couldn't do before that you can do now. So it'll kind of affect the way that you play the map. So that's going to be really interesting as somebody who did play in chapter 1. So that'll be really fun. But yeah, other than that, I don't have any other news. Just the excitement that Fortnite OG is literally coming. It's for real. It's confirmed. So with that being said, let's take a look at some LTMs to play. In the meantime, like Tilted Zone Wars, Duo Escape Room, Black and White, Trio Escape Room, Dropper 99.99% Impossible, Mega Ramp Survival, 1v1 Box Fight and Free for All, Evolution Season 1, League of Heroes, Survive the Circus, 100 Day, OG Mythic, One Shot Combat, Playground Mode. Oh, of course. And you know what? There's a whole lot more to be discovered in the Discover tab. Let's take it over to the quests. Looking at these weeklies, week 9. Oops. Open cash registers, safes, or rare chests. I find if you're gonna do this one, it's gonna, rare chests. Well, one, they're rare, and if you want to for sure get them, you can go to, the Sanguine Suites, Eclipse State, Relentless Retreat, but you're going to have a lot of competition. Safes, they're a little bit more rare, and they take longer to open. Cash registers, wow, there's a ton of them. They're super easy and fast to open. No problem. You land at gas stations. There's always cash registers there, and you'll get that one done, no problem. All right, there you go. There's that. Let's go ahead and head on over to that item shop now. Okay, and in the item shop today, Fortnitemares is still here, of course. Neon Jutsu, Alan Wake, the Shape Michael Myers, Jack Skellington still here. And today we have the Trespasser Defector outfit for 800, the Birdie outfit for 800, the Gumdrop Glider for 800, the Feelin' Jaunty emote for 500, the Lil Wheelie emote for 500, Raise the Roof emote for 200. We got the Rave Nautilus bundle still here. And then today we have the Brainiac outfit for 800, the Skelerta outfit with sockets backbling for 1,200, the Axe Ray pickaxe for 800, the Good Doctor outfit with Chemist Curiosities backbling and the built-in Morph Juice emote. This is 1,500. The Arcane and Dagger pickaxe for 800. And that looks like everything today. You can get any and all of these items using code Mikey, MMMIKIE, in the item shop, and some of the proceeds will go to help support the show. And we're getting close to Halloween. It really would be a sweet treat for me if you use that creator code. That's all I want for Halloween is you guys using my creator code. Let's see. What are we going to go with the item of the day today? Tough one. There's some good stuff in here. But I am going to go with the Brainiac outfit. Good. Great 800 V-Buck level outfit. Cool zombie Jonesy. And a couple of selectable styles. So at this point, I think it's a really good deal for this one. And I really do like the Ghoul Trooper, the selectable style, the one that is, makes it look a little bit more like a cartoon art style. I really like that one a lot. So there you go. That's 800 V-Bucks for that one. And let's pull up today's leaderboard. All right. Let's pull it up. Come on, here we go. And today, the winner of Victory Royales goes to Satos Bob with 2. The winner of eliminations is Guido Lose with 57. Assist was won by Guido Lose with 33. Damage dealt was won by Guido Lose with 16,500. Fish caught was Satos Bob with 12. And driving distance was Satos Bob with 358,400. And I believe I mentioned that I just said driving distance yesterday, but I didn't really like point it out. And it got pointed out in the Discord by Satos Bob as well. But it makes so much more sense now, knowing that this, when we were talking about distance traveled before, what it really meant was driving distance. So how far did you drive in vehicles? So that's all they're really counting, is the driving in vehicles. So that would make so much more sense now, because vehicles aren't that prevalent in this season right now, and I hardly ever see anybody using them. So it makes a lot more sense that so often in the past before we would see people, winning, victory royales or eliminations or any of the other categories, and then they would have a 0 for distance traveled. And you'd be like, well, how could you do that while doing all those things and get 0 distance traveled? That doesn't make sense. Well, now it makes sense, because I know a lot of people aren't driving vehicles around in most matches, so it makes sense that you could come up with 0 distance traveled and do all those things, now knowing that it actually means driving distance. So there you go, there's our leaderboard. And good job, everybody. And that's going to be the episode for today. So make sure you go join the daily Fortnite Discord and hang out with us. Follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Head over to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star rating and a written review for a shout out on the show. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And until next time, have fun, be safe, and don't get lost in the storm.